I'm going to attempt to make a short video of a 50-year-old patio door that has been for many years making noise, dragging, not working very well. And here's the reason. It's a little bit of a bad design. This is a typical one. Some are even worse, made worse than this, designed worse back in the 50s. But anyway, it's got just the two of these rollers at the bottom of the door, and they're adjustable with a screw right here that you can access from the ends of the door. That screw goes in here through that hole, and it goes into this little threaded hole. But that threaded hole, first of all, is only the thickness of this little sheet metal piece. You've got an outer channel and then an inner channel. The inner channel slides back and forth in the outer channel, and it's done so with this screw, which will draw it in and out. And that's very thin. You only have maybe 2 threads. The one I replaced it with has a captured nut behind it, which has maybe 5 or 6 threads. So what happens is you can strip that out, or that can strip right here where we're minus some threads, so you can't adjust it. There's no more adjustment going on once it gets to that location, because there's no threads on that screw anymore. And the other problem is this little slot right here. So I've got it pulled out. This normally this shaft of this roller would be inside this slot here, and in that shaft can go up and down, allowing the roller to go lower or higher on the door. And this is supposed to be an angled slot. You can see it's gouged out here. So once this pin gets to that location, it drops into that, and now you can't move it. There's no more adjustment that can be done because it's captured in that little cutout area, or that gouged out area, as the years go by, and it just gets worn. So the whole mechanism then is useless. Has to be replaced. If this was a thicker material, or if this was a not as high hardness material as this, or this was a higher hardness material, somehow where this wouldn't gouge out over time, and if you had this a thicker material for more threads in it, this would probably last longer. Of course, the other issue is that the bearing goes out in the so this is, you can't hear it on this video, but I can feel it. It's rough. It's not extremely bad. It works, but it makes noise, generates noise, and that transfers to the whole framework of the door, which gives a loud sound. So now with the new rollers, even though this is a 50-year-old door, just for $20, you can just watch how this moves. It just glides effortless and just no sound. So that's the issue with a lot of doors. If you can kind of see how that makes this whole mechanism, it just wedges inside the aluminum framework of the door, and it has another screw here that captures this. This has to be captured where the whole thing doesn't move up and down, or move or slide back and forth in the door. So this entire mechanism is captured and doesn't move. And the only thing it moves is this inside part moves in the outside part back and forth, which allows this pin to go up and down. So there's a simple tutorial.